What's going on, y'all? You're tuning in to Occupy the Media. I'm your host, Paco. Today's Thursday, April the 12th, bright and early over here on the West Coast, LA area. Matter of fact, if you're in my area, make sure you join LA Liberty HQ. That's for LA Liberty headquarters out here in Venice Beach, California. Get involved. We got the phone banking going on. Also join Watch the Vote 2012 on Facebook if you haven't already. And yesterday, if you haven't seen it, I did put up the Ben Swann interview. He was on Ron Paul Radio recently, Ben Swann from Fox News with Reality Check. He was on April 9th with Hank Xavier, HX Live. It's also on Ron Paul Radio. But anyways, I put the interview up on YouTube if you want to check that out. It's a pretty good interview, a real good interview actually. And you can go to YouTube. You can search me at Paco757. That's my YouTube name, Paco757, and you can pull up that video. So some good news for Ron Paul. He draws 3,000 plus voters to Fort Worth event. Capacity crowd overflow at Will Rogers Memorial Center mirrors last night's blowout at second of 3 Texas town hall meetings this week. And if you missed it, or unless you're not in the area, he was on local news in Fort Worth. Then we got the clip here.
Remaining Republican candidates is in North Texas today. Mitt Romney, Newt Gingrich, and Ron Paul are the leading Republican candidates still in the race. Today, CBS 11 political reporter Jack Fink sat down with Paul about the uphill battle he faces in the presidential campaign.
Texas Congressman Ron Paul says nothing has changed. One day after Rick Santorum dropped out of the race, clearing the way for Mitt Romney to win the nomination, Paul insists he's staying in.
It's way too early to be talking about when I'm going to quit.
Even though mathematically you have no chance to win the nomination?
Well, it's not quite there. Mathematically, it's going to be difficult. But no, it's not impossible. I mean, who would have thought yesterday that Santorum was going to drop out? What happens if he releases his delegates?
So what impact do you hope to have on the Republican convention this summer?
Well, I hope a lot. I'd like to see the foreign policy change to one of national defense rather than preemptive war. How are you?
Paul raised tens of thousands of dollars at this luncheon today in Addison. And even though he won't win the nomination, his supporters say their contributions are worth every penny.
He'll have my support all the way.
It's not a waste of money because you're still supporting a movement.
Steve Props brought his 14-year-old son Chase from Austin.
I was watching the Republican debates and Ron Paul caught my eye.
I think the real picture is to do what you say you're going to do and run an earnest race and not give up before the race is over.
The Texas primary is May 29th, and the state will award delegates proportionally. Santorum wanted to change that so that the winner took all of the delegates, but Paul disagrees and wants to keep it proportional. Jack Fink, CBS 11 News.
Okay, yeah, and that CBS News Ron Paul was on last night or yesterday. Now, let's see this reoccurring theme with the local news that they keep doing that ticks me off. You see how every time they always talk about, the good things about him are basically give him his props, a little bit of props. They'll always say that he's not going to win the nomination, though. Even though he's not going to win the nomination, even though mathematically he can't get the nomination, even though he knows he's not going to be president. I mean, they keep doing this. They got to keep putting it into your mind. Don't look at all the people that's on the TV screen. Don't look at all the people cheering for him. He ain't going to win. He know he ain't going to win. This is just for fun. This is just a rally. This is just to get people to come hang out or something. I mean, this is amazing. They keep saying that. You have no way of winning the nomination. Yeah, the guy that has the blimps flying around, that has money bombs every weekend, that has more money coming in from more donations than anybody else, more military donations than all the other candidates put together. Yeah, he has no chance to win the nomination. The guy that's drawing the biggest crowds, rock star everywhere he goes. Amazing. The most YouTube hits, most YouTube contacts, Facebook friends, Facebook likes, Twitter friends, everything. Leader of all of that. Most clothing sold for a candidate. The most, clothing and flyers and all types of stuff like that people are buying. No candidate is selling more of their things than the Ron Paul campaign or the people that's the grassroots for the campaign. So, I mean, but he's still not going to win, though. He still has no chance to get the nomination. And he's picking up most of the delegates. And we're going to play a clip later on in the next segment that they played back in January admitting that they slipped up a little bit on MSNBC. Now, I don't know if any of you guys got it, but if you keep in contact with the campaign or if they have your email, you should have got an email from Ron Paul talking about, he needs more donations to keep going on. We got to keep funding the campaign if he's going to keep on, basically touring America with the message of liberty and freedom. And we have a money bomb coming up. He wants everyone to donate. I have here April 15th money bomb. You can go to intowin2012.com to check that out. But yeah, on April 15th, we want to definitely make sure that we're all donating what we can. We know it's hard, but we got to donate what we can to keep this movement alive. Today, April 12th, actually, just a reminder, 7 p.m. if you are in San Antonio at a town hall with Ron Paul at the main plaza, 111 Soledad Street. Again, that's 111 Soledad Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78205. And also, he'll be at the University of Rhode Island. There'll be a rally there as well, Wednesday, April 18th. And that'll be from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. Again, that's 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. tomorrow. And let's see here. You can go to Facebook, Rhode Island for Ron Paul 2012. More info on there, Rhode Island for Ron Paul 2012. And also, he's going to be in Philadelphia. There's going to be a rally on Independence Mall, April 22nd at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be on the south side of Independence Mall at the Independence Visitor Center. That's 1 North Independence Mall West, Philadelphia 19106. And you can go to freedom2012.com for more info. That's PHREEDOM, freedom2012.com. And if you haven't heard, he also has a fundraiser coming up in California with author Nassim Taleb. That'll be on May 1st from 7:30 until 9:30 p.m. That cost is $2,500. You want to go to ronpaul2012.com for tickets if you can make that. So that would be great. I wish I could go. I wish I had an extra $2,500 I could throw down. And also a big reminder, we got to make sure we get the word out. Louisiana District Caucus is coming up Saturday, April 28th from 8:30 a.m. until 12 noon. You can go to lagop.com for more info. Last time I checked, it's April 28th, so I don't believe they changed the date. But we got to make sure we get as many Ron Paul supporters out as possible, as many events as possible. And also, we have a Paul Festival coming up, music festival. Well, not coming up anytime soon. Well, around the convention, a weekend before the convention, August 24th to the 26th. I'm trying to throw a Paul Festival, and you can go to paulfestival.com for more information on that. So we just got to make sure that we're keeping the grassroots alive. That's what we do on this show, is promote what events are going on, what is being done, what can we do to change the system, what can we do to bring along the solution, and not just talking about what the problem is and being upset about the problem. We got to go attack it. We got to show up in numbers. We got to show up with our money. We got to invest our time. A lot of us is already doing it. Some of us ain't, and we need to make sure that we are. And as long as you're doing the best you can, that's all we can do. Just like Ron Paul, he's doing the best that he can. Nobody's perfect, but Ron Paul's pretty much as close as it gets as far as I'm concerned. So we got to keep the message out there. You see what they're trying to do in the media. The media blackout is back on. It's going to go on full force. Probably stronger than they ever have before, because they got to suppress it. They got to keep the message down. They can't have this wildfire going. Well, it is going, but they can't have it on TV. Anyways, you're listening to Occupy the Media. I'm Paco, and we'll be back.
We arrived in Vietnam in September the 14th.
We were fighting what was called the Viet Cong.
They broke through our lines, and we had to go hand-to-hand with them.
I was actually one of the 9 out of 56 that came back after 1 whole year. And that's hard to forget.
We had 75 killed and 115 wounded.
Vietnam was hell.
We had never been thanked for our service.